welcome to Asian Pulse Television. I'm your host Manbir Randhawa and thank you for tuning into this informative and educational network. We are broadcasting from the unceded territories of Samiamung First Nation, Katsi and Kwantlen First Nation. In 2012, the United Nations declared May 4th as Anti-Bullying Day, and now the last Wednesday of each February is Canada's National Pink Shirt Day, aka Anti-Bullying Day. Many countries now recognize specific days for raising awareness about the prevention of bullying and promoting kindness and inclusion. In Canada, the Pink Shirt Day movement began in Nova Scotia when students named David Shefford and Travis Price organized a protest to wear pink to support their fellow grade 9 student who was being bullied for wearing pink. Now that the concern and care that they showed turned into a moment celebrated across the globe. Let's stand united against injustices, raising our voices for those who need them most. Wear pink, use the campaign resources, and spread the visibility everywhere. February is also Heart Month, which is a time to raise awareness about the importance of cardiovascular health, and it is also an opportunity to focus on what we can do to improve our heart health. Heart diseases impact almost anyone and almost all of us at some point in our lives, either directly or indirectly. But it is the second leading cause of death for both men and women in Canada. Considering that, prevention plays an important role when it comes to heart and cardiovascular diseases. Heart behaviors or healthy behaviors such as being physically active, eating a variety of healthy food, limiting highly processed foods, not smoking, getting proper sleep, and managing the stress can help reduce your risk of developing heart disease. Inflation is the next big concern. 1 in 3 Canadians can't pay their bills on time, and in a recent survey, 50% of Canadians are just $200 away from being homeless or getting behind a payment. And this is due to the high raise of mortgage payments, groceries, rents, and every other expenses. The most common arguments couples have are related to their finances, and because of that, there has been issues. If we talk about our beautiful British Columbia, where the cost of living does not match the cost of earning, let's exemplify that. The minimum wage in BC is $16.75, which came into effect as of June 1st, 2023. But the living wage in BC is $25 per hour. That is a big gap. Another issue and another concern that we face these days is car theft is on the rise in Canada. Every 5 minutes, a car or a truck is stolen. So if you are driving fancy expensive car or a truck, make sure you lock it properly. They say that thieves are very smart, so they can break into your car in less than 2 minutes. The best thing to do, and the police and everyone is suggesting, to use the old ways to lock your steering wheel with the key. That will give enough time for you to act if there is a theft. It's time for a short break. I'll be right back after we hear some words from our sponsors.
I understand how important it is to have a place called home, and it's frustrating using your hard-earned money on rent. Vic Prasad can make you a homeowner. Get pre-approved services provided to first-time buyers and new immigrants. You can qualify for mortgage even if you have bad credit. Call Vic Prasad now on 604-306-6647. Vic Prasad is associated with Craft Mortgages Canada Incorporated. I understand how important it is to have a place called home, and it's frustrating using your hard-earned money on rent. Vic Prasad can make you a homeowner. Get pre-approved services provided to first-time buyers and new immigrants. You can qualify for mortgage even if you have bad credit. Call Vic Prasad now on 604-306-6647. Vic Prasad is associated with Craft Mortgages.
This is HSBC Vancouver Sevens. World-class rugby. Electrifying atmosphere. Pulse-pumping partying. February 23rd to 25th. Get your tickets now at vansevens.com.
For any kind of visa-related services, contact Milky Way Immigration, a galaxy of opportunities located at Unit 209-9547 152 Street, Surrey, BC. They have licensed immigration consultants, placement officers, and LMIA experts to meet your immigration and recruitment needs. Book one-time free consultation either on Facebook or by calling 604-396-0005. Bollywood Banquet Hall and Conference Center, located at Pile Business Center at 201-8166 128th Street in Surrey. No celebration is too small to accommodate you. They have newly renovated 2 halls to serve you, up to 1,000 guest capacity, top-notch chefs to delight you with delectable and heavenly cuisine. So just call Bollywood Banquet Hall at 604-598-2700 for your events. United Pallets and Crates is located at 11585 134th Street in Surrey, BC. Give Sam Dooler a call at 604-760-2028 or call the office number at 604-634-2001. You can also visit the website, which is www.unitedpalletsandcrates.com, or send us email at info@palletsandcrates.com. Thank you, sponsors. If you would like to sponsor our event or sponsor some segment of our show, then you can contact us, or you can contact Kamila Singh by calling 604-537-5123. Today in our studio, we have Sumita Sharma Kolpa. She used to be the host of this beautiful show. Let's see how her life has been transformed.
Hello and welcome to Asian Pulse. And my guest today is one of our own, and you might not have seen her recently. The reason being, she is not in town all the time. She flies everywhere. Wherever WestJet flies, she flies with the WestJet. She's one of our host on WestJet. But she used to be our host before, and now I got her just because this weekend while we are recording, she happens to be in town. So I will welcome, and you can welcome her as well, Sumita Sharma Kalpa.
Thank you, Camilla. Thank you for having me on this show.
Yes.
And yes,
It's been so long, right?
it has been very long. The thing is that the schedule is very hectic.
Yeah.
And sometimes we have to fly everywhere, here and there. So this week happens to be that I am in town, and thank you for having me
So
on
let's
the show.
get back. You used to be working in the healthcare field.
Yes.
At the Children's Hospital before.
Yes.
Before you got this job.
Yes.
And you always wanted to be, have this job or fly.
Yes. So
I remember,
before actually I worked in a children's hospital. Let me take you back to India. I used to be a doctor in India.
Really?
I used to be a doctor in India. So when I immigrated to Canada, so I got myself into Women's and Children's Hospital. And then I always wanted to be in a medical field. Then I opened my yoga studio. Do you remember?
Yes, I
had
remember.
my
I
yoga
remember.
studio.
Yes.
And then, and then flying was my, I always, when I was in India, I used to see the planes in the sky. And I always visualized and imagined myself in the sky and flying. Somehow this was my always dream. And then this happened to be, actually I met someone in Children's Hospital, and she works as a flight attendant. So I asked her, is this easy to get into this field now since we are aging?
Yes.
So it's a big thing. So we are not like in our teenage anymore.
Yeah.
So I was like, is this easy to get a job in this field? She said, like, just apply. You know, they're looking for mature people. They're looking for who their background is in, like, care field, whether it could be medicinal or it could be customer service or care. So that's why I applied, and I got it.
And you're really blessed.
I am blessed.
Yeah,
Yes,
because
I'm
so
blessed.
many people do apply. And
Yes.
it's a very vigorous training as well. It just cannot be a hostess. Just want to look pretty
No.
and dress up nice.
No, it is
But it's ongoing training as well. So you have to be alert, awake all the time.
Yes, actually every year, in fact, we have to get re-qualified. So if you have to pass, we have to do some theory portion, and then we have to do some practical portion, and then we have to go through exams. This means that if we cannot pass those exams, we cannot qualify to be flying. We cannot earn our wings. That's called wings, you know. Every person has a wing, whether
Yeah.
it's a pilot or a flight attendant. we have to earn our wing. So every year we get tested. The test is because that we want everyone to be safe flying in the sky. There are so many things that could go wrong. It could be related to our health. It could be related to issues with the planes or aircraft or anything like that. So we have to know not only how to take care of the person if the person has a heart attack or anything like that, or also if something goes wrong with the aircraft, something happens to the engine, something. So we need to know how to get these people out of the aircraft safely. So that's why every year we get tested, and so much training is involved in this field.
So I was going to say, if somebody is having a heart attack or get really seriously sick on the airplane, being on the airplane, and the next landing point is another 8 hours away, I'm just thinking about flying from YVR to go to Nandi, that's about 12 hours. YVR to going to India, there's direct flight there. Somebody gets sick. Do you always have somebody on call, like doctors?
So yes, so that's actually excellent question. I love this question. Many people are not aware of these things. So for example, we have a long flight, say 12 hours or 14 hours. For example, Vancouver to, let's say we are going to India, Delhi, or Mumbai. So we are going there, but it's not like we are going from Vancouver to Delhi or Mumbai, it's just in one shot. So going from point A to point B, there are other points, C, D, E, F, something in the middle. So we are flying over LA, we are flying over Atlanta, we are flying over other cities and countries as well. So in case emergency was to arise, so we could land there. But sometimes we don't have that much time as well. So luckily, we are trained enough to save people's lives. And then we have trained
until you go to the next port of
That's
entry,
right.
yeah.
We are trained enough to save people's lives. We have medicines in our
kit, yeah.
in our kit, and then we have been fortunate enough. This industry has been very fortunate enough that we always have some medicinal person on board. So it just happens to be like that. There will be a doctor or a nurse or somebody or paramedic. Sometimes there is always there. But in case that person is not even there, we are trained to take care of the scenarios as well.
Oh, it's good to know.
Yes. And we are trained to take care of the scenarios so we can land at the places. And before we fly, we always will have a briefing with the whole crew. That includes our pilots, 2 pilots or more, and then all the flight attendants. We always will have a briefing that in case something to happen, whether it's related to medicine or it's related to anything wrong happen with the staff or with the passengers or with the aircraft. So we always will have a briefing. We always come up with the scenarios in case this to happen, in case this emergency to happen. So every single flight, not only WestJet, the whole world, every flight, we always have to have a briefing and come up with the situations and scenarios to talk about these things and that how we will handle.
And how would you handle that?
So we come up with a plan.
Yeah, how would you handle?
Yes.
Wow, excellent. It's good.
Yes,
that gives me a peace of mind to be able to fly. It doesn't matter WestJet or Fiji Airways or any other airways, Air Canada and all that. That there will be someone, right?
There will be someone. And then I forgot to mention another thing
Go ahead.
that we also have a direct contact with the medical or a doctor, which is on ground. So we have this technology that we have this machine that we will take person's picture, we will take their signs and symptoms, and we are directly able to contact the crew, the medicine crew,
that is on
healthcare
the ground,
crew on the ground,
yeah.
and they will guide us through what to do until we are at a place where they can physically take care of that person.
So if you're going from here, I'm just thinking about from YVR to Fiji, and I know I'm giving you long scenario and long trips. So and it doesn't land in Hawaii. So if there was somebody to have a medical issue on the plane,
Yes.
they can't come back. They have to do the assessment where Hawaii is closer or why we are. So they will let them know that Fiji always will be landing there
Yes.
for that purpose.
Yeah.
Either have the ambulance and things ready for them to take them to the hospital, and then you continue the flight.
That's
so
right.
every airport has that kind of understanding. Any emergency can
Yes.
land at any time.
Yes, and that's right. And then people might speak different languages. I'm
Yeah.
not talking about United States
Yeah,
here,
yeah.
or that we will not be understanding. But there are some standard language
Yeah.
of every field. For example, let's say we are talking about airline industry here. We have specific language, specific codes for the airports. We talk a universal language. We call it for when it comes to these kind of situations and scenarios. So they will know that, hey, we have a medical emergency or
Yes,
any other
yeah.
emergency,
Yeah.
that we need to land this bird, we need to land this plane here, and this is the reason. And yes, all the places
code
will
word
be
you have to use.
equipped with
Yeah, yeah.
with those kind of facilities.
It's just like the cops, they use it, the
Yes.
code word. So when the people are behind you or around you, they don't understand what you are talking about.
Yes,
So-
that's why. Yeah, that's why it takes that's why it actually takes a long time to open a base.
Yeah, right.
Like we cannot open let's open a airport in Surrey.
No, no.
Because there is so many things
Yes,
involved,
yeah.
not only from the health point of view, but there are many things involved that they want to make sure that if anything to happen anywhere or whatever, if that a plane lands here, that we are fully equipped to take care of that situation.
Of the hustle and bustle of the whole world, what's happening around. I was going to ask you, how do you concentrate? I try to do meditation. So many million things are just going in my
Oh,
head.
yes.
I cannot. I'll be thinking, oh, I don't want to be late. Oh, I have to pay my bill. Or I have to go do that. I have to start food. I have to go to work. Even though if I'm taking this breath, I want to feel my breath in my body, and because breath, like you say, keeps us alive, some people have very hard time concentrating on your breath.
Yes.
Like I am one of them.
Oh, I am one of them too. It's a journey on its own. If I would have found this answer, or if I would have mastered this concept, I will not be here. The thing is that
I'm glad you were here. You haven't been.
it's a lifelong journey.
Okay.
Meditation is a journey from point A to all the way, we call it moksha, to go to samadhi. And we live in this world where we have to live. We all have to do our karma, where the karma, we have to do our duties. The duties could be of a child, duties of a marriage life, duties of a parent, duties at work. So we all have these karmas and duties to do, and then there is so many things going on in this world. So it is kind of hard when we're bringing all these things, when we are concentrating, when we are trying to now focus on meditation. It's like we have file folders in our brain.
Yeah.
And one thought comes from file folder, my work. The second file folder is of the cooking. Oh, I'm hungry. I need to eat this thing. Third file folder is full of our work, or this happened at work. So when we are trying to focus, concentrate, or meditate, all these file folders open, and thought starts to keep popping up. And it is a good thing. It is actually a really good thing, because once we take a time to sit down and concentrate, and these thoughts are coming in these file folders, you are actually they're going away. They're going away. Think about that. We are creating a space in these file folders, right? And it's just like you're creating a space in your mind and in your body, and it is a good thing. Some people think that it could be a negative thing when I try to sit and concentrate. I cannot concentrate because all these thoughts from all over the world keep coming up in my mind, and I cannot focus on the breath. I think it's a good thing. You're taking time to focus and concentrate and letting those thoughts go. And then you realize, oh, I'm meditating. Let me come back on my breath.
Yeah.
And that's meditation.
And you are also vegetarian.
I'm a vegetarian.
Yeah,
Yes.
and even when you go away for work, you also pack your own vegetarian lunch.
Yes.
So that you are not eating all the greasy food, even though they may be vegetarian, but not eating all that. So you are very focused, you are very organized, you are taking care of yourself to be the best you can be because you have one body and one life.
Yes. I'm not gonna lie to you. Sometimes we do go out.
Oh, yeah, of
when
course.
we are working,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
the life is not always a perfect chapter,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
We try to take care. I do try to take care of my body. I've been vegetarian since I was born. This is the way I've been raised, right? But not everybody in my life, in my family or in my surrounding is vegetarian. We gotta accept the way it is, accept people's journey, how they are, which is completely fine. But I try to live a good life. I try to live a good life, and it does not mean that I don't go out party. It doesn't mean that we're gonna go out party, or it doesn't mean that I go out not
Yeah,
have fun.
yeah.
But the whole concept is to live a good life, do good for people, and be. I like to follow the principle of non-violence.
Okay.
That could be non-violence. You could say to anything at work, or you could say that to be non-violence to animals as well,
Yeah.
and non-violence to humans as
Humans
well.
as well.
I just like the concept of whole yoga meditation and just following the principles of that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'll be able to come and we talked a lot. Thank you.
Thank you so much for Camilla having me. And I love to talk to you, Camilla, all the time. So you bring me all this back, and then I come back to my center all the time.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for having me.
Pleasure is always mine.
Thank you, Samita. She used to be the host on this show before she started to fly in the skies. Good luck to her for her new venture. Announcements for the upcoming events. HSBC Canada Sevens is a 3-day festival, 3-day international rugby tournament hosted on February 23rd, 24th, 25th at BC Place in Vancouver. For the second year, in both the men and women's competition will be hosted on the same tournament weekend, bringing 24 teams together. For more information, contact 604-355-5330, or you can send an email at info@bcrugby.ca. PIC's Mega Job Fair is coming up on February 22nd at the Croatian Cultural Community Center in Vancouver. Come and meet the employers who are there to hire you or consider to be hired for their company. Just call PICS at 604-596-7722. PICS is also hosting a fundraising gala which is taking place on April 12th at Fraser View Banquet Hall in Vancouver. This will be the largest fundraiser for Guru Nanak Diversity Village, which is a long-term care home for seniors. Keynote speakers will be Premier David Abbey and ex-NDP Premier Glenn Cork. For sponsorship and tickets, please call PICS, or you can contact them directly at their number, which is 604-596-7722. Fiji in Focus and Bula Beats TV is in partnership with Angel Music Production. They are holding a fundraising for Surrey Food Bank. Hunger is never seasonal. They serve over 1,800 hampers per month in Surrey. This is taking place on April 13th at Taj Park Convention Center in Surrey. For tickets and sponsorships, call Sara Sharma at 604-992-7253, Mike Singh at 604-818-9405, or Kamila Singh at 604-537-5123. International Women's Day celebration is on March 1st, and it will start from 6 p.m. until 11 p.m. at Taj Park Convention Center in Surrey. Address is 8580 132 Street. Tickets are just $40 per person and $350 for the table. For more information, call 778-872-5200 or 604-773-8568. If you are organizing any event in your community and you want us to promote it for you, send us an email at asianpulse@gmail.com. We have ran out of show ran out of the show time, but I enjoyed bringing it to you. Let's meet next time again, and if you have missed our show, I would like to remind you that this is broadcasted every Wednesday on Shaw Cable at 1:30 p.m., Thursdays at 8:30 p.m., and Saturdays at 5:30 p.m. All of our shows are also broadcasted in Calgary on Channel 10, again at the Shaw Cable Network, and you can also get hold of our shows on YouTube channel under Kamila Singh Shows. Before I leave, I want to leave you with these thoughts. Our thinking is the biggest cause of our unhappiness. Keep yourself occupied. Keep your mind off things that does not matter to you. And stay positive, think positive. With that, I am your host, Manny Randhawa. I hope you have a wonderful day. We look forward to seeing you all next week on the same channel at the same time. Bye for now.
I understand how important it is to have a place called home, and it's frustrating using your hard-earned money on rent. Vic Prasad can make you a homeowner. Get pre-approved services provided to first-time buyers and new immigrants. You can qualify for mortgage even if you have bad credit. Call Vic Prasad now on 604-306-6647. Vic Prasad is associated with Craft Mortgages Canada Incorporated. I understand how important it is to have a place called home, and it's frustrating using your hard-earned money on rent. Vic Prasad can make you a homeowner. Get pre-approved services provided to first-time buyers and new immigrants. You can qualify for mortgage even if you have bad credit. Call Vic Prasad now on 604-306-6647. Vic Prasad is associated with Craft Mortgages.
This is HSBC Vancouver Sevens. World-class rugby. Electrifying atmosphere. Pulse-pumping partying. February 23rd to 25th. Get your tickets now at van7s.com.
For any kind of visa-related services, contact Milky Way Immigration, a galaxy of opportunities located at Unit 209-9547 152 Street, Surrey, BC. They have licensed immigration consultants, placement officers, and LMIA experts to meet your immigration and recruitment needs. Book one-time free consultation either on Facebook or by calling 604-396-0005. Bollywood Banquet Hall and Conference Center, located at Pile Business Center at 201-8166 128th Street in Surrey. No celebration is too small to accommodate you. They have newly renovated 2 halls to serve you, up to 1,000 guest capacity, top-notch chefs to delight you with delectable and heavenly cuisine. So just call Bollywood Banquet Hall at 604-598-2700 for your events. United Pallets and Crates is located at 11585 134th Street in Surrey, BC. Give Sam Dooler a call at 604-760-2028 or call the office number at 604-634-2001. You can also visit the website, which is www.unitedpalletsandcrates.com, or send us email at info@palletsandcrates.com.